Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at shiny Kommo-o in the Ultra League. Let's have a little fun here. First game, I'm quite literally met with a Tapu Koko. Isn't that something? Yeah, you know. And then swap and I see a Tapu Fini. So let's have a little fun here. Let's see what we can do. So we're going to be going a little unconventional here, I suppose. We're going to go with Flamethrower. Now, Brick Break, it did receive an update. It's going to be doing debuffs, which is going to be pretty nice. You also have Boom Burst, which I never been hit by that move, shield or not shield, in my life in Go Battle League. But could be an option for you. And then we're also going to be pairing it up with the classic Skeledirge. If this was a Shadow, I would be using that Shadow. If all of these were Shadow, I'd be using them. So let's go ahead and have a little fun here. Before we get into this, I just want to say, it is going to receive a community day, okay? So don't go too bananas on this thing here. I don't know what move it's going to receive. We can go over speculation all day. Maybe we might do that in the future, but for now, we're just going to have a little fun with it because it's not going to be a community day probably until next summer or something like that, okay? All right, so we're going to be going, of course, with Dragon Tail, Dragon Claw, and then, of course, the off thing, Flamethrower. Now, the reason why I'm going with Flamethrower is to kind of give me coverage for Fairy type Pokemon as well as Steel types, okay? So let's see what we can do here. And we're taking out a Fairy literally with our Dragon and Fighting type. Next game, we're met with a Registeel, which is going to be great with our Skeledirge. They're going to be swapping to catch a Shadow Ball as soon as I threw it, and they're swapping into their Giratina as well as shielding, so it wasn't necessarily a catch. All right, so we're going to go ahead and bring in our Feraligatr. Now, I wanted to bring in the Kommo-o, but yeah, that Dragon Claw is going to start adding up here, so we're just going to go ahead and bring in the Feraligatr as we're going to be able to take it. I wouldn't say better, a little bit, slightly. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go for that Crunch here and take them out. Fantastic. Now, they are down both shields, and we still have two, so we're going to go ahead and bring in the Skeledirge. They do have a Tapu Fini. Now, this is absolutely horrible. So both of the Pokemon that we do have as well as the moves are going to be shutting us down. Now, technically, if I really wanted to be fairy proof, I would go with maybe Boom Burst, particularly to cover this one right here. So what we're going to do is go ahead and do as much damage as we can, swap and start farming down, and we'll go ahead and let this go here as Kommo-o can take a hit. And I mean, mostly everything could take a hit. As long as it's going to be neutral damage, you're going to be fine. We do have Flamethrower, so we're going to go ahead and go with that, doing quite a bit of damage here. Yes, fighting would do a decent amount as well, close combat or something like that. But if we had Dragon Claw as well as, you know, close combat, we're going to be stuck up against a Fairy. Flamethrower is actually going to be doing some damage. And when it comes down to Steel types, we're going to have coverage there too. So if we had Boom Burst as well as Dragon Claw, we're shut down by Steel. Next game, we're going to be met with a Pidgeot here. Now, a lot of people like to go straight with that Brave Bird, and that's exactly what they're going to be doing. Very smart strategy. So we're going to go ahead and throw the Shadow Ball on the Swampert here. They are going to be shielding it up, and we're going to go ahead and bring in the Kommo-o to have a little fun. So yes, I evolved it right away. I don't even care. Shielding up that Earthquake correctly here. And of course, obviously, we're going to be going with the Dragon Claw here, building up to about 2. Now, at this point, we're going to let this go. It's going to be another Earthquake, and we're just going to farm them down. It is going to be kind of close, but that's okay. Let's see what we're going to be able to do here. Flamethrower as well as almost 2 Dragon Claws. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to the next one. I think this game is actually going to be me keeping everything alive at about 5 or 2% health at the end of the game here. So we're going to go ahead and swap into our Feraligatr to Shadow Claw up this Annihilate, which definitely an awesome contender, and it was just amazing right out the gate. Quite literally, one of the few things that they do that for. So we're going to go ahead and build up a little bit more. Go for the Hydro Cannon. We already know they're going to, have to let it go. They have no more shields. We built up that energy so we can go for the Hydro Cannon up against the Pidgeot here. Do that damage, swap into the Skeledirge, get to the Disarming Voice. Thank goodness, because it was looking pretty grim there, and we take the win with quite literally all 3 Pokemon. Next game, we're going to be met with an Obstagoon. Now, this matchup is not as horrible as it may seem. See, the thing about Skeledirge is it's a freaking ghost and fire type with a fairy move. And that is very OP. That is extremely OP when it comes down to it, I personally think. It's a good thing, though. Makes something damn worthwhile here, and it doesn't even need a community day move. Literally, if we were to receive Blast Burn, which we are going to in the future for this thing at some point in time, it's going to make it definitely better. And it's just going to be so confusing as to which one you're going to want to run. Do you want to run Shadow Ball Blast Burn, Shadow Ball Disarming Voice, or Blast Burn Disarming Voice? Who knows? Okay, but anyways, we're going to be going up against that Trevenant, swapping into our Kommo-o to catch a Seed Bomb. Hey, let's go. All right. So we have 2 shields, and they do have a Skeledirge in the back. Now, of course, we do have to look out for the Disarming Voice. Being a fighting as well as dragon, we're going to be taking 4 times damage from those fairy moves. So that is going to do a whole heck of a lot of damage, so we got to make sure we shield all those up. So we're going to go ahead and take them out here. Double shield. They let it go. They already know it's over, and that is a wrap. We take that win there. Next game, we're met with a Poliwrath with our Skeledirge here, and this is, I mean, it's not so bad. Now, let me give you a little bit of a pro tip here. For the more seasoned players, you probably already know this, but for the newer ones, if you get to the Disarming Voice and they throw first, it is most certainly going to be an icy wind, so you can let it go. You're going to be able to outpace them to the Disarming Voice before they get to the Scold, so keep that in mind, okay? So we get countered here by the Venusaur. We're going to go ahead and bring in the Skeledirge, which shuts this thing down in every single way possible. There is really no way that they can get away with anything here. I mean, over time, they can keep spamming you, which is definitely an option. But anyways, they do have an Ampharos that they're bringing in. We're going to go ahead and go for the Disarming Voice. Unfortunately, they let it go. We're still holding on to 2 shields, and Kommo-o kind of shuts down Ampharos in a massive way here, but they hit me with a Zap Cannon. This is my luck. Of course they have Zap Cannon, still doing a good amount of damage with that Shadow Ampharos. I believe it was Shadow, right? And bringing in that Poliwrath here, letting it go. And since we do resist the counter, I'm keeping that in mind. So we're going to go ahead and hold on to the shield for this Poliwrath here. This is definitely going to be an icy win, and I knew that. But we need to hold on to as much health as possible because this is just going to be way too close. As a matter of fact, I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this one off. They get to another one here. We're going to have to use our next shield, son of a gun. But can we get to the end? Oh, we get to it. Now, it doesn't matter that they lowered our attack by 2 stages. We're still going to be able to take them out, and we take the win. Thank goodness. Damn algorithm. All right, this one's going to be a spicy one here. So this is a great lead. What are they going to do? They swap into their Greninja. Okay, well, Kommo-o shuts this down again in every single way for the moves that people are going to run, right? So let's go. We're going to let that go. I do believe they just got the freaking attack boost there, right? Yeah, they did. They did. They got the freaking double attack boost. So they're going Hydro Cannon. And now it's doing a lot of damage because of their attack is, I don't know, doing a whole hell of a lot now. And they're going to be shielding up, using 2 shields on that Greninja to kind of hold down the line here. We're going to be able to sneak and incinerate through. And we're definitely going to be shielding it up again. That's just what we're going to have to do. I can't let it go down here. There's just no way. So let's see what's going to happen. They bring in their Guzzlord and they catch. Okay, so this actually is very good. This is very well played. Extremely well played, because I could have went for Shadow Ball, super effective, but they bring in the Cresselia to buffer that Disarming Voice, which would have been 4 times effective to the Guzzlord. So they're playing their cards very correctly here. And I'm going to tell you, it pissed me off. In the way of, I was pissed off at myself. How about that? I wasn't mad at them. I was mad at myself for allowing that to happen. But we're not going to let this actually go through here. We're building up to Disarming Voices, going for the one, going for the next one here, stumbling over my words because I can't even get it correct because I'm too excited. Oh my gosh, I took the win. Let's go. All right, next game. All right, well, this is just a fantastic lead. Alolan Shadow Ninetales. They're going to be swapping into an Ampharos. And of course, we're going to go ahead and bring in the Kommo-o yet again to go up against this thing here. So we've gotten off Flamethrower a couple times on fairies, and it's proven to be freaking pretty nice for us, right? So let's see if we can do this again here, going up against the Shadow Alola Ninetales. Now, I completely spaced it out. I don't even know if I saw the damn quick move or not. If it's Charm, we don't even have a chance. If it's Powder Snow, okay, we got a chance here. So we're going to go ahead and build up to that Flamethrower. Let's see how much this does. And look at that damage. Look at that beautiful freaking damage. They immediately swap. They have a Dragonite in the back, still holding on to 2 shields. So we're not in the clear yet, but technically, let's be real. We won, okay? So we're going to go ahead and swap into the Feraligatr, and all we really need to do at this point is simply shield everything up, build up to 2 Hydro Cannons, and double Hydro Cannon them. It's over, okay? Sure, the Alola Ninetales may have some size shocks to go with or something like that, but it's simply not going to be enough to go up against the Skeledirge because it's not that frail. All right, so we're going to take them out with the Feraligatr. Anyways, doesn't even matter. All right, next game, we're going to be with a Typhlosion Shadow. Oh my goodness, let's see what's going to happen here. So that was way too quick. We already know that's a Thunder Punch, so we're going to let that go. As we do resist a quick move, we don't need to worry about getting farmed down by that. We're going to go ahead and bait them with a Disarming Voice, and they shield up. Fantastic. Now we're going to go for the Shadow Ball. Do they want to use 2 shields? They let it go, and now we're looking absolutely amazing here. Bringing in a Mandibuzz. Okay, well, technically, I'm going to go ahead and shield it up because we do have Disarming Voice, and the 2 Pokemon that we do have in the back, for one, Kommo-o is going to be weak to flying, and then the Feraligatr is going to be okay, but we do have Shadow Claw, massively resisted by the dark, so we're just going to go ahead and shield that up, as we did get Bolt Shield out of them anyway, so let's see what we can do here. Bringing in the Feraligatr, going for Aerial Ace, going for the Hydro Cannon on the Feraligatr here, which is going to do big damage, but we can't rely on our quick move, and they're swapping into a Galvantula, which the Kommo-o is actually going to shut down because of both of the Dragon and Fighting type. The Bug resisted by the Fighting, the Dragon resisted by the Electric. It's all good here. It's all good for us here, folks. So we're going to go ahead and farm them down. We still have 1 shield getting to the Dragon Claw. And Kommo-o Shiny putting in the work here for us. Not quite enough because they did lower our attack, but that's going to be a wrap. Kommo-o still good without a community day. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all next time.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!